Hey, I'm Shannon Bennett with Club South Volleyball in partnership with Tournaments Incorporated, and I'm here today to show you how to tear up a sport court. We're going to show you how to rip it, how to stack it, how to put it in the box, and how to make sure your carpet's rolled up nice and tight before you close up your box and get it out the door.
Before you rip or break the connections of the sport court, peel off all of the tape. We provide a T-bar or ripper to rip up the sports court. You can use a water valve key or a broomstick, but the T-bar is the best. It is important that you rip long ways. It is also important that you rip only in one direction from the flat side. Remember, you'll be breaking the court into 4x4 sections, so carefully count to the 4th tile and begin there. Place the T-bar between the 4th and 5th tiles and walk forward. This will unlock or separate the tiles. Repeat for each row. Once the first row is separated, your teammates can immediately start hand ripping the tiles into 4x4s. You can stack the tiles as needed.
So if you have a team of folks with you working on tearing, this is another strategy that you can use to tear tiles in the 4x4s. It's a little bit faster, but it takes a little more teamwork and brute strength. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a partner on each side. You're gonna have torn the whole length into 4 widths. You're gonna grab at the 4 seam, and then you're gonna pull. And you can actually drag the whole sheet of tile, stack it on top, tear in 4s, pull, okay, if you get off on a 4, you're just gonna tear it and restart on the next one. So we're gonna tear in a 3 here because that was a 4. Pop it back together. All right, one of the key things to make sure you're doing when you're loading this box is you wanna make sure you load with loops to the back and loops to the closed side. So you're gonna have 2 sides that have loops, 2 sides that are flat. Loops go to the back and to the closed side of the box. So when you're loading, you wanna make sure you push all the way to the back so that the doors can close. Because if you get to the end and the door doesn't go on, you get to repack your box. So the last thing that you're gonna do before you box up is you're gonna make sure you count your tiles. There should be 81 tiles on each side, and you really just gotta take your time, count them one by one, make sure there's 81.
If you do not have 81 tiles, please inform someone on the setup staff to tell you how to proceed.
81. So once I verify that there's 81 tiles on that side, I'm gonna take the door down. I'm gonna put the door back on. And I'm gonna secure it with a bolt. Bolts go flat side to the outside, through the door. There should be a wing nut to secure the bolt. You don't have to tighten it all the way down, but it does need to go on to where it's tight. Put your wing nut on and secure the door. Some of the doors get out of square. You may not be able to get all 4 bolts in, but as long as you have a bolt on each side, it should be good. All right, so we're gonna roll up carpet. Easiest way to do the carpet is to use your team, and you're gonna start by folding it in half. Best way to do that is to put one person in the middle with their foot on the carpet. You're gonna have one person on one end, walk it towards the other end. That person with their foot's gonna stay in place to hold it at the halfway mark. You can straighten it up. And you're gonna make sure it gets nice and square. you're gonna fold it in half. You're gonna make sure it's mostly square, because the key here is to make sure it gets nice and flat. You're gonna pick up at the halfway mark again. All right, and you're gonna fold it in half again. Yeah. All right, so then once it's folded in half, you're gonna, for this last time, you're going to slowly roll, but the key here is to make sure it doesn't get wider than it already is. So you don't wanna get it out of square. Go nice and slow, roll it nice and tight. Perfect. And then you're gonna pick up your carpet and you're gonna make sure it gets on a carpet rack.